Hey y'all, it's Aleya Marche, and before you click off this video, hear me out, okay? Because I am not here to drag you, all right? I actually agree with you, okay? I know a lot of people that may click on this video. You may feel like your natural hair makes you look childish. And to a certain degree, I kind of agree and I see where you're coming from, sis. So I'm not here to gaslight you or to drag you because I see you, okay? And I used to feel the same way. So I'm just going to share my POV and why I think we as Black women, when we wear our natural hair, why we feel like we look like a little girl. And it's not because the last time we were natural, the last time we wore our natural hair was when we were a kid. That's not the case, okay? I believe a lot of times when we are wearing our natural hair, especially for those of us that we may wear sew-ins or extensions a lot, when we finally decide to wear our natural hair, we normally go for that ponytail, or if your hair isn't super long, you do that little puff. You know the one I'm talking about, where you take that shoestring and you squeeze that hair up into a little fake ponytail. And when you think about it, a lot of us, and even like now, if you go to a middle school or a high school, a lot of the younger women will have their hair in a ponytail. And it's because for a lot of us, the ponytail was the first hairstyle that we really mastered and learned how to do on our own. And I feel like when you wear your natural hair, if you're gravitating towards like hairstyles like a ponytail or doing a braid out or anything that you did when you were younger, it will naturally make you feel like you look young or like you look like a kid because you associate that hairstyle, that look with your childhood. Like even for myself, doing the braids, the braid outs and the twist outs, I wasn't really a huge fan of them when I first went natural because I too felt like I looked like a little girl. It looked like those days when I took the braids out my head and my mom had me just wear my hair out because I was getting my hair done the next day and she didn't feel like doing it, right? And it was a cute hairstyle when I was like 13, right? But as a woman, like as a grown woman, like you don't want to look like that. So I hear you, and I just want to share a few things that I did that I feel like made me love my natural hair and it made it feel like it was age appropriate. The first thing, because I went natural, so I've been natural a few times, y'all. Like I'm one of those girls that go back and forth between a relaxer and my natural hair. But when I was in college, I went natural, and you know, when you're in your early 20s, like you do not want to look like a kid. Like you're trying to look grown, you're trying to get grown and sexy, right? So I used to feel this way. I felt like my natural hair looked super childish, and I ended up meeting this natural hair stylist. She specialized in natural hair care, and she gave me a curly cut, and she cut it in this really cute taper cut. I'm gonna show some pictures here, but it was super cute, and that haircut made me fall in love with my natural hair because it gave my natural hair a look. I feel like when you cut your hair, even when you cut your hair or when you cut straight hair into like a bob or a pixie cut, a good cut just gives you this polished look because it looks intentional, right? And with the natural hair and with the curly cuts, it makes your natural hair look styled, even though you're wearing it in a wash and go, which we all know wash and goes are not truly a wash and go. Like they're wash and, you know, you wash and you style, you hydrate, you define, you're doing all these steps. It's not as effortless as the name makes it seem. But you know, sometimes if you don't have a good cut, a curly cut could just, or not a curly cut, but a wash and go can look like you just rolled out the bed and you didn't do anything to your hair. But when you have a good cut, it looks styled, it looks intentional, especially with the curly cuts because they're literally cutting your hair into a shape. So once I got that taper cut, like you couldn't tell me anything. I felt so cute and confident. And I just want to share that because I know there's a lot of controversy around curly cuts, but they have always worked for my hair. I've always been able to retain length, and it made retaining length easier when I got a curly cut once a quarter, so every 3 months. And yeah, that's the first thing I did to really make me feel grown, to make me look grown. That was something that I did that made me feel like my natural hair was age appropriate and I didn't look too childish. The other thing that that hairstylist did was she gave me a color. She dyed my hair red, and unfortunately I don't have any good pictures where my hair was freshly colored, because as you all may know, some of you all may not know this, but red is like the hardest color to maintain. It fades so easily. So the picture that I have here, my hair looks kind of rusty, but it was like a vibrant, not a really vibrant red, but it was more of like a burgundy-ish with like red, true red highlights. If you can picture that. So like a deep red with like some red highlights. And I think that when you color your hair, when you give yourself a good cut and a good color, baby, you are unstoppable, because it really does make your hair look styled. Like people can look at you and say, she meant to wear her hair like that. Like that is intentional. And I feel like because it gives you a stylish look and it can make you look more polished, like that makes you look more mature and you don't look as stylish. So that's my 2 cents on this conversation. It's not so much that natural hair is childish, but it's the styling, how we style it sometimes can remind us of our childhood. But when you take the time to find the style that works for you, I promise you, you will fall in love with your natural hair and you will feel like it's age appropriate. So the 2 things that I recommend, because I did them and they changed my outlook and how I felt in my natural hair or while wearing my natural hair, I recommend getting that curly cut, cutting it into a cute shape, and getting some color. Okay, let me know how y'all feel about this conversation, because I feel like it trends a lot on TikTok. And let me know if you agree. Do you feel like natural hair makes you look childish, or do you see where I'm coming from, where it's really the style and not so much of your natural hair texture? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all in my next video.